So anyway, as the screen says, we're going to be talking today about trading Forex, and actually we're going to dip into a little bit of cryptocurrencies as well. But as Renee said, my name is Hunziker. I'm going to be your host today. I've only got about an hour, so I want to quickly get into our information. We got a lot of information to cover in a very short amount of time. But understand, when it comes to investing, when it comes to trading, never ever invest money that you cannot afford to lose. Please always trade with equity management in mind. And the reason for that is even the most successful traders, the best traders in the world, they take losses. That's part of being a trader. We know that. Now there's great ways and smart ways to minimize those losses and maximize those returns. And we'll talk about that a little bit in our proper equity management. Now, for my out of United States people within this webinar, we've had a lot of demand from our current client base looking for good international currency brokers. Well, we have recently kind of selected one. We don't have a real relationship with them, but the name that we like to pass out now is AvaTrade. So if you're out of the United States and you've been frustrated with the broker you have on the Forex side, the currency side, go ahead and check out AvaTrade. Good reputation, good company, and we'd be happy to help you out with that. Now, today's webinar, this presentation, it's really designed for one thing, that is to introduce you to our company and have you see if you see currency trading or Forex trading as something that you want to do. Now, how many of you in this webinar are equities trader? Type in yes or me in the chat box. See, one of the things that we're going to talk about today is currency markets. I spent a lot of years trading equities, a lot of years trading stocks and options, and I focus primarily now on the Forex market and now a lot of the crypto market as well. Okay, so what we're going to talk about today is really to introduce you to see if this is something you want to do. I'm not going to get too deep into how we do it. You can become a student today and we'll teach you how to do that with us. Okay, I know a lot of you are here looking to become full-time traders, or if you're full-time traders, improve what you're doing. One of the things that I have found throughout my 25+ year career is, currency trading isn't for everybody. And you know what? It may not be for you, and that's all right. One of the things that I've found is, successful people tend to do things that unsuccessful people are unwilling to do. And you know what? I applaud you looking at a new opportunity for those of you that have never traded the currency market. So I promise do not take your time for granted. So let's officially get things kicked off. My time is about 18 minutes after 12 o'clock Eastern Standard Time here in the United States of America. As you know, this is a live presentation. Today is January 30th, year 2018. Make sure you got a pen, you got a piece of paper. This will be new for a lot of you. Make sure you're prepared to take great notes. It's going to go by very, very quickly. We got a ton of information to cover. Now, again, as Renee had said, I've been involved in the financial services industry 25+ years in various different levels on the retail side, on the money management side. Now I exclusively train and teach and work in the currency in the Forex world. But I will tell you, it's interesting for me when I first started teaching people going back 15, 18 years ago about options, there was the same kind of curiosity that there is now for the Forex market. And so it's fun kind of bringing a new idea, new concepts to people that may not have ever dove into this. So just very quickly, for those of you in this presentation, and we've got about 200 of you in here, what is your level of understanding? What is your expertise in the Forex market? If you were to rank on a scale from 1 to 10, 1 being you're brand new to the currency market, 10 being you're a currency expert, jump into that chat box so I kind of get a feel for who I've got in here today as it relates to currency traders. Okay, so I got a few of it in here. Walter's a 1, Jerry's an 8, Nadini's a 1, Marsha's a 6, Charlie's an 8, Dean's a 1, Anderson's a 1, Alex is a 4, Ronnie's a 5, Jim's a 0, Mike is a 4. Okay. Anderson's a 1, Jason's a 1, Celine's a 1. So we got a lot of 1s and 2s. So we've got some new people. The majority of you are new to currency trading. Then I've got some experienced people in here. So my experienced people, give me a couple minutes of grace as I get new people up to speed with some basic understanding in the currency market, because it's really important to have some foundation before we can jump into the how and the why within this. Now, the main thing for new people to understand, it's important to know that the currency market is what is called the zero-sum game. Now, what that means is in every single currency trade, the winners get paid by the losers. And the winners in the currency trade, in the currency market, are people who have the best tools, the best information, the best technology, the best mentors and coaches to work with. And if you find yourself struggling and you're new to this and you're losing more often than you would like, what you need to do is just make sure you're on the right side of that bell curve. And that's really, for those of you that don't know what we do at our organization at Market Traders Institute, we're not a broker. We're not affiliated with any brokers. You can use any brokers you want in the world to clear your currency trades. They will interact with our trading platform. What Market Traders Institute's been doing for the past 23 years is developing a premier education portal, premier technology and tool. And I'm going to show you a lot of really unique indicators and proprietary information and tools we created. I know the gentleman before me, Larry, loves Fibonacci's. We love Fibonacci's as well. We're considered to be probably the best Fibonacci traders in the world when it comes to the currency market. We've actually automated a lot of Fibonacci tools, powered a lot of Fibonacci tools. So some pretty unique indicators I will show you today. Then on top of that, I think probably the most important thing is the mentors, the people that we've put together. If you look at the building right here, this is our corporate office. I'm broadcasting live from the building. I'm in Orlando, Florida. We have about 200 employees out of our office. And for the past 23 years, we've trained about 40,000 people around the world to trade the currency market. Now, I know I have a lot of business owners in this presentation. We certainly attract a lot of entrepreneurs and traders. If you're a business owner, you know that you do not survive around for 23 years unless you're doing something right. Unless you got a rock solid foundation. And the thing is we're delivering results. I mean, that's why we can continue to grow month after month after month after month. And we've gone through really tremendous growth over the last 6 to 8 years as an organization. And to me, the main reason for our growth is because of a philosophy that started with our founder, Jared Martinez, that we never leave a client behind. Now, real important, in your notes, the first thing that I want you to write down for me is I want you to write down a couple words. Write down coaching and mentorship. Coaching and mentorship. And highlight it or circle it. Just something to make it stand out on your page. I mean, obviously, we live in a world right now of instant information. You go to YouTube, you go to Google, go to Yahoo, do a search, and find an enormous amount of information on currency trading if you type it in. The large percentage of that is difficult because you don't know where to start or who to trust or where to go, okay? Let me tell you, based on being around this for 25 years, how if you want to successfully trade these markets, you do it. Very simply, you find somebody or an organization that has a proven track record of success, but not just for a year or 2 years or 5 years or 10 years, but for decades, okay? And then you got to make sure not only do they know what they're doing and can they prove their track record, but can they effectively teach their strategies and skills so you can replicate it. And when you find that group, you find that person, stick yourself to their side as they teach, train, they mentor, they support you until you become a successful currency trader. And that's really what we do at our organization. I mean, we go so far as to the fact that we literally, every second the currency market is open, which it's a 24-hour-a-day market, we are live training, coaching, teaching, mentoring our students. Every second, every minute of the day, we commit to our people. And there's never when there's a student has not have a coach or a mentor to show a trade to and say, hey, am I doing this right? Am I lining this up right? When you combine with that type of commitment to our coaching and our mentorship with our education and the really the cool software indicators I'm going to show you today, that's why we've gone through big time growth. And I mean, we're getting recognized. We're actually ranked, pretty proud of this, by Inc. magazine as high as the 592nd fastest growing privately held company in the U.S. So a lot of growth going on here. Now, our founder is Jared Martinez. I know a lot of you've read his books. You've seen him speak before. He's a best-selling author, teacher. He's actually been trading the currency market exclusively for 30 plus years. So over 3 decades of experience, and he's seen every market condition that there is that's out there. In fact, one of the things that I will show you today is some of our accounts. And through my FX book, if you're unfamiliar who they are, they're actually a third-party organization. And what they do is they third-party verify results. And actually, Jared Martinez, just to give you an idea of his success, for those of you that are current trading, he's been averaging for the last 3 years, third-party verified, about 2,000 pips a week. Now, for those of you that are new, you're equities traders, you're not a lot into Forex pips. We'll get into that, what they are, but just to give you a feel, 2,000 pips in a week, that's got $20,000 on a standard lot, $80,000 a month, consecutively 3 straight years. And I'm going to give all of you an opportunity in this presentation to trade live with Jared Martinez for a couple months. It's a pretty unique opportunity to see what I believe is the best Fibonacci trader in the world do it right in front of your eyes. Now, we have a really important training session going on later today. I'm excited to talk about this, and we're going to dive into the charts in a few minutes here. But I want you to write down 2018 declaration, or you can just write down 2018 DEC in your notes. Now, here on the screen is a couple of the most important coaches you'll have if you come on board today as a student. I've got Tyson Clayton on the right, Josh Martinez on the left. And whatever we do every year is we have different predictions throughout the year where we're looking for opportunity for our students. Well, last Friday, our targets lined up and we got the indicator that we've been waiting for. And tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we will be going live in a trading session. Joshua Martinez will be doing it. We will be lining up our opportunity in 4 of the pound pairs where we're anticipating through the signals that came through last week, close to 9,000 pips of opportunity for our students. So a really awesome move. And we're going to visually show you how the move's taking place, entry points, exit points. It's going to be pretty cool. Now, these events that we do, this one that we're having tonight at 7 p.m., and for those of you out of the country, that's Eastern Standard Time, New York City time. We typically set these aside for our more experienced students because we're doing this investor inspiration today. I was given the green light to invite 20 of you to be in this live session later today. So if you'd like to see if you can qualify to be one of my 20 in this session later, just real simply type in your telephone number and DEC for declaration. DEC for declaration. And we'll follow up with you later. It's going to be pure trading strategy session. Going to be pretty cool. In fact, our predictions since 2014 have generated over 20,000 pips in predictions, gang. It's pretty cool stuff. And again, the reason why we're growing is you can do some research and you can just see what our students are writing about us. And I've got your number, Jerry. I got your number, Jack and Alex and William. We'll follow up with you when this is through. I would encourage you to do a little bit of research. Go on Jared Martinez's Facebook page and Josh Martinez and Tyson's Facebook page to get an idea for exactly what our students' success is with the organization. It's pretty impressive at what you'll see. So my promise to all of you, and again, I got a bunch of you putting your numbers in. Awesome. We'll follow up with you later. My goal to all of you, especially if you're new, is by the time we're done together in the next 45 minutes or so, you're going to absolutely understand the power and the potential in the currency market if you don't already. You're also going to see how you can have immediate profit potential without quitting whatever you're doing full time. Now, I'll tell you some of the numbers and results that I will show you look like it's get rich quick, but it's certainly not get rich quick. Okay, there's no such thing in the world as get rich quick. What we've been building on and teaching for 23 years is a skill. Learning to trade the currency market, like learning to trade sophisticated options concepts, is a skill you learn to apply day after day after day after day. And you do that with the help of your mentors, your coaches. You're going to love it. Now, when I'm done here with my time before your next presenter, I'll give all of you an opportunity to come on board risk-free as a student of ours for the next 60 days. So you can see how we work with our students, how we interact with our students, the results, how our declaration, the opportunity there. As I said, we're lining up about 9,000 pips. That's about $90,000 on a standard lot. So hang with me to the end. We'll get through all that. Now, For my experienced people, again, hang tight a couple minutes here as I get my new people, inexperienced people up to some basics in the currency market. Then we're going to jump into tools and indicators and kind of what makes us unique in the marketplace. Now, for my new folks or people that have been trading equities, I spent a lot of years trading stocks and options. I've owned millions and millions of dollars of real estate. I focus my energies now on the currency and the cryptocurrency market because I believe it offers a lot of advantages. Okay, one of the main advantages that I enjoy is the liquidity in this market. And I'm sure you know liquidity just simply means you can enter and exit the market anytime that you want. You know, there's always buyers and sellers. It's a 24-hour-a-day market, so you're not stuck holding on to positions. I can't tell you how many frustrating trading days I've had where we've had aftermarket or pre-market news. You've had a gap up, gap down. You're stuck holding on to a position. This market offers a 24-hour-a-day market, so you're not stuck there holding on to positions, which is a big benefit. Now, as I said, it's flexible 24 hours a day. It opens up Sunday afternoon, 5 o'clock in the United States. It's open up all night, all morning, all day, every day till Friday at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. So again, it's 24 hours a day. And for me, I'm super busy. I'm 48. I'm married to a college professor. She works. I've got 3 kids, a 12-year-old son, a 9-year-old son, a 6-year-old daughter. They're all in sports and, you know, school and music. We're busy. I like that I can teach and I can trade around my schedule. There's a lot of nights I will open up my computer at 10 o'clock and trade for an hour, hour and a half after my kids have gone to bed. There's a lot of nights I get up in the middle of the night because I like to trade the London session, what we call the London daybreak session, which is a strategy we teach our students that starts at about 2:30 in the morning when the London market opens up, that you trade for about 90 minutes. It's a strategy that very simply, you follow the strategy, earns our students about $500 a day. A very simple strategy you'll learn as a student of ours. But then there's also times, obviously, I trade in the day. I just like the fact that as a busy person, I can trade around my schedule. And a lot of people don't understand the size of this market. I mean, it's the largest market in the world by far. There's more money, more institutional, more banking money transferred back and forth every day in the currency market than all the other markets combined. Over $5.3 trillion. I mean, that's a lot. And then there's focus. Again, a lot of my years were cutting my teeth in the options equities world. And as the equities world rolls, you know that there's literally thousands of companies to potentially invest in, let alone what strategies and techniques you're going to apply towards those. Well, what I love about the currency market is literally in the currency market, worldwide, there's 60 currency pairs, okay? Worldwide, there's 60 currency pairs. And at Market Traders Institute, we pay attention to about 21 of them. Tomorrow or tonight, actually at 7 p.m. in our live session, we're going to look at 4 pairs. In the 4 pairs we have, that's the opportunity we have lined up in our declaration, and we're gonna focus on that. So to me, again, trade in every asset class that there is many times over. I focus now on the currency and the cryptocurrency world, and I'll show you how we're doing it, what our students are doing it, and we'll see if it's a good fit for you. So, Darnold, if you're a trader, every market there's winners and losers, my friend. If you've been around for a while, you know that. That's no big mystery. Okay, so I just want everybody to make sure they can see I've transferred over and I brought up some charts. If you can see that, type in yes or the letter Y. Yes or Y. Just type in YES or the letter Y to let me know that you can see I brought in some charts. Okay, good. All right, now, so what you're looking at is what is called the Ultimate Charting Software. This is our own proprietary trading platform. We've developed it here at Market Traders Institute based on, our traders, our trading philosophy. The cool thing about what we have is we have over 23, about 20 years of data built into this. We have a lot of our own unique indicators. We actually have patent pending technology on this, proprietary tools, some of which I'll get to introduce you to today. What else is unique about this is through our Smart Trader platform, it's all web-based, it's cloud-based. So literally our charts travel everywhere, on your tablets, your phones, and they're dynamic, they work great, they don't bog up, they're pretty cool as far as having the ability to travel with them. Now, if you're new to the trading the currency market, it's like any other market. You're looking To buy low, sell high, like any other market that's out there. You obviously want to take advantage in the swings of the market, like any other market. Buy when the market's bumping up, right? We want to sell into the market, okay? Want to sell as the market is starting to push down. Now the difference is in the currency market, okay? In the currency market, you have a specific job. Your job is to capture pips. Capture pips. Now, for those of you that are new, a pip is an acronym for price, interest, spell correctly, point. A price interest point. Now, I'm not going to get into a big description definition of what a pip is because it's not necessary for this presentation. All I want you to understand is that, pips are your friend. Okay, pips are your friend. You want to capture as many pips as you can when the markets are moving up, capture as many pips as you can when the markets are moving down. I'm going to show you in a moment here how pips turn into profits in just a moment, okay? Now, again, those of you that are new, obviously we're looking at candlesticks that are on here. If you don't know what a candlestick is, all right, candlestick, I'll click on one right here, is nothing but a visual representation of how much the market has moved within a particular period of time. Because we're on a 1 hour chart, these are all 1 hour candlesticks, right? So this is from the 28th, this is from a couple days ago. At 7 p.m., we had an open, a high, a low, and a close, okay? All that means is that this particular candle opened up, dipped down, had a low, there's the wick, moved on up, had a high, settled in, closed out that candle, and it does it over and over and over again, all the way up until we're, in the live market right here on the end, all right? Now, before we start to get into analysis with our tools and really what makes us unique as a company, I just want to quickly show, for those of you that are new, the mechanics of a currency trade. Okay, the mechanics of a currency trade. I'm not at first going to do any analysis. We will get into that in a couple moments. We're going to get into Fibonacci's, automated Fibonacci, power Fibonacci tools, a lot of really cool things. But for now, let's just say, based on from the help of our coaches, based on the help of our education portal, our software, we decided to buy into a trade right down here, okay? Based on indicators, we determined it was a good time to sell right up here. So we bought right down here in this area, we sold right up here in this area. Now, the difference between these two lines, okay, is the difference between obviously this number right here and this number right here. That would be the amount of pips we would profit. Now, I can measure that simply by grabbing my ruler and moving it right on up. Okay, and if you look up in the top left-hand corner for me up there, you would see, just for example, we would have got into this trade, okay, yesterday, the 29th. We would have sold today, the 30th. So we've been in about a day, less than a day. We would have made 104 pips, and we would have been it for 12 bars. No, bars are candlesticks, because we're on an hourly chart. Obviously, this is 12 hours. So if everybody understands that, just type in a yes or the letter Y in the chat box. If you knew it right here, we would have bought in yesterday. We would have sold 12 hours later, earlier today, okay? We would have made 104 pips. If you understand that, type in yes, okay? All right, good. So let's quickly then go over how pips turn into profits, okay? Because in this world, the Forex world, the currency world, you have options of how you trade. You trade in what are called lot sizes, and there's 3 different lot sizes that are out there. You can trade in what's called a micro lot, a mini lot, and a standard lot. Micro, mini, standard. Write those down if you're new. A micro lot is about a 20 US dollar investment per trade. Now, for new people, right there, that's one of the nice things that they like, is it doesn't take a lot of money to start. You can start with a little bit of capital, grow your account, grow your confidence over a period of time. Now, most of my students trade what are called mini lots. Now, mini lots are $200 investment per trades, and standard lots are $2,000 investment per trades. And each one of these have a different profit value to them. If you trade with a micro lot, you're looking at about a 10-cent per pip profit. Now, again, not a lot of money if you think about the trade we did right over here. Remember, we got into this trade yesterday, sold earlier today. We invested our $20. Our broker held onto our $20. We get our $20 back, less a little bit of commission. If we made 10 cents for every pip, we made about $10 on a $20 investment. Pretty good, 50% return in a short amount of time, but still not a lot of money, but great return on investment. Well, let's say we make this exact same trade, but what we do is we step up our investment. Now, the good news is we don't need to do anything different, any more analysis, any more evaluation, any more time, any more energy or effort. All we do is invest a little bit more money. We invest in a mini lot, okay? So we invest in our mini lot, and again, we invest with our broker. They hold on to our $200. We sell, we get our $200 out, less a little bit of commission. And now this time for our pips, we made 104 pips, we made $1 per pip. So now our $200 returned us right around $100 profit, which again, great return on a short amount of time, about a 50% return. Well, let's say, you've been trading mini lots and you've had some success, you're making some money, and you start to reinvest. Again, you don't have to do anything different as far as analysis, evaluating the trade, any more time, energy, or effort. What you do is you just invest a little bit more money. You step up and invest some of your earnings into a standard lot. Well, that standard lot is a $2,000 investment per trade. We hold on to that same trade for 12 hours. Okay, we sell out. Now for our pips, remember we made 104, we made $10 for every pip. So now our our $2,000 investment just turned into close to about $1,000 profit. And for a lot of new people, this is where it kind of starts to get exciting, and they understand a little bit more why this is really the fastest growing market in the world. It's got some advantages. First and foremost, you can start small, grow your account over time, and the leverage and all those things I talked about, but the buying power. The biggest difference is the buying power. The ability to control more money with less amount of money. It's a huge, huge advantage. And what I'm showing you on the screen right here is what we do live with our students every single day. Every second, every minute the market is open, we are live. In fact, we have courses going on right now with students literally from all over the world training with our coaches and our mentors. So I'm going to show you exactly how we do it. A lot of our tools, a lot of the indicators, how you can download a lot of our tools and indicators on your computers and your tablets today and start using these tools. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and shift right back over towards the market here. All right, I got a couple of you asking me some questions. Yeah, very quickly. Several of you asked about the live trading session at 7 o'clock today. Yes, we have a live session. Josh Martinez is doing it. We're outlining our declaration, which is our latest prediction. Our targets, what we've been waiting for the right targets to break out on late Friday afternoon. We're going to be lining up the entry, the exit points tonight at 7 o'clock. Okay. If you'd like to be in the live session tonight at 7 and you're interested, just type in your telephone number. If you didn't previously, Josh, that's all you got to do, or excuse me, John, and just type in DEC for declaration. Type in your telephone number and declaration. So, okay, let's jump back over here to the charts. All right, so we're going to pick up the pace just a little bit here. Now, the thing about the currency market that I love is the currency market really loves to repeat in patterns, and it loves to move and do the same types of things over and over and over again. It loves to move in these wave-like patterns, right? And what I'm looking to do, what you're looking to do, like any other smart, sophisticated trader, okay, we're looking to jump into the market, obviously, right when the market falls down. We want to buy into these markets, make money when they move up. Or, obviously, when the market reverses, we can sell into the market and make money as it pushes down. Now, as a trader, really any trader, but we're talking about Forex right now. As a Forex trader, to be successful in your trade, you got to know three things, right? You got to know first and foremost, number one, we have to know overall market direction. Okay, got to know market direction. We got to know entry points when to get in. Oops, I'm having a hard time typing today. Entry points. And we got to know exit points when to get out. And we got to know proper equity management. We're going to focus, though, on these three. So we got to know market direction, when to get in, when to get out. Now, when you're a student of ours, We teach different types of technical indicators to determine these things. You know, that's why we have coaches, mentors. That's why we have live trading rooms. That's why you're never left by yourself analyzing, being the final person. You always have somebody to say, yep, looks good in every single trade that you make. Now, as I mentioned earlier, one of the indicators, one of the trading techniques that we're considered to be one of the best in the world at, in fact, our founder, Jared Martinez, has written best-selling books on, is trading Fibonacci's. Now, I know a lot of you know and trade Fibonacci's, but for those of you that are new, just very quickly, Leonardo Fibonacci was a 13th century mathematician. What he discovered is the world of nature tends to have, you know, a rhythmic cycle built right into it based on math, based on a sequence of numbers. Everything moves in a pattern. You know, plants would grow in patterns, animals would reproduce in patterns. If you looked at your thumbprint, it's in a sequence of numbers, it's in a pattern. You know, the scales on a fish, it's not random, it's in a pattern. The stripes on a zebra or a caterpillar, everything moves in a sequence of numbers. It's called the golden ratio. It's based on a series of numbers in mathematics. Well, the markets love to move in patterns. So we apply Fibonacci's, which is math, and math doesn't lie. We apply Fibonacci's retracements extensions using longer term time frames to determine our market direction, shorter term time frames determine entry and exit points. Now, I know for those of you that are new, I just said a lot. Quickly, let me draw this out to you. We're going to apply this to the live candlesticks in a second here, but just so you know what I'm talking about. The market loves to move, as we just discussed, in wave-like patterns. It makes what are called higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, and then it reverses and goes the other way. It makes lower highs, excuse me, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, and it does this over and over and over again. All right. Now we're going to do some very basic, simple technical analysis. I'm going to draw out with Fibonacci's my A boundary right here. This would be what's considered my B boundary. This is what is called a C entry point, okay, our C entry point, and then our D extension. So can everybody see A, B, C, D? If you can see that, type in yes or the letter Y in the chat box. Now, first I'm going to manually draw out the fibs, then I'm going to automate them, and then I'm going to show you our proprietary tools that literally locates the trade, sets up your stops, sets up your limits, trades to the correct retracements and extensions, incredible tools through our power indicators. But first, let's just draw a manual Fibonacci. I'm going to draw from point A right on up to point B, right? Now we're going to draw 3 buy zones. We'll draw out our first buy zone right here, okay? And I'll shade it out for those of you that are new. We'll shade this out red, make it easy to see. This next zone right here, this next buy zone, we're going to shade this one kind of an off, like a blue color, light, so you can see it. And then I'm going to make my last zone right down here green. So if everybody can acknowledge that you can see my 3 buy zones, red, blue, and green, just type in yes or the letter Y in the chat box so I know that you're with me. Red, blue, and green, right? Okay, cool. Everybody's with me. So what we're looking to do here is, obviously in this example, we're looking as this market is trending up right here. When it reverses, is look for an entry point down with our C entry. Now, we use different indicators to help us locate our entry points. You know, we use our candlestick formations, obviously. For those of you that are new to candlesticks, you know, different formation of candlesticks tell us when there's reversals and trend breaks and directional changes, a lot of information. We call them the sign language of the market. We have them all programmed into the computer. They're all automated in our ultimate charting software. I don't want you to get too hung up in that right now. All I want you to understand for demonstration purposes right now is, let's just say we got an indicator down here. It was a good entry point, okay? Down here, all the way down in this green zone. So, you know, we made a purchase. Let's say we invested into a mini lot with our broker. So we invested our $200, okay? So we're in our trade buying in the green zone. Well, if I buy down here, as I'm holding onto my trade and it's moving up, I'm going to hold into this trade all the way up until, boom, it hits right here. This green extension, the 1180. Now, the reason why I would sell here is because based on the numbers, based on where this trend has been in the past, it's telling me based on Fibonacci analysis through the extensions, Aaron, if you continue to hold on past the 1180, right? Okay, this right here is going to tell me to sell. Because if I hold on to it, it's going to start to move the other direction again. Yes, Patrick, I'm going to show it all to you in just a second. Absolutely. It's even more robust than that, my friend. I'll show you in a moment. All right, so let's say our reversal takes place right here in the blue zone. So I buy in the blue zone right here. If I buy in the blue zone, I'm going to hold all the way up until I hit my blue Fibonacci extension, right? Pretty basic concept. Well, let's say my reversal takes place right here in this red zone, okay? So if I buy in my red zone right here, obviously much bigger buying zone, I'm sure everybody can figure out by this point we're going to trade till we hit our red Fibonacci extension. So if everybody understands buy and sell, Fibonacci's A, B, C, D's, we're going to buy and sell green to green, blue to blue, red to red, type in yes or the letter Y, and we'll approach this and put it on some candlesticks, okay? And then we're going to automate it all. And then I'm going to lay the power tool on top of it, and you're going to see just the incredible ease of features and technology. So here we go. I'm going to come right over here, and I'm going to draw out my A right here on my low, okay? I'm going to draw out my B now right up here, okay? Now, we don't know where our C entry is yet. I just want you to see how this works before we lay on the automation. Oops, excuse me, that's not my C, that's my B. My C will be down here. My B boundary right up here. Now, what I need to do at this point in time is grab my Fibonacci tool. Again, I'm just doing it manually now. From point A right on up to point B right there, okay? Now what I'm looking for is some sort of a trend line break to get an opportunity again. You can see we've got a trend that's starting to push down. Just, basic analysis on this is telling us this is starting to move down. So we just draw a simple trend line right here. Can everybody see our trend lines moving down right here? And we have automated smart trend lines as well, which is a pretty cool feature in our software. So now what we're looking for is a breakout. We could look for a decent entry point right here. So let's just say, boom, we take advantage of an entry point right here. Okay? Now, which color zone we are in? This is what I want you to understand. Which color zone are we in right here? Type it in the chat box for me right now if you understand which zone that is. All right, red. So if we buy in that zone, then we're going to trade until we hit what? Our red extension right up here. Okay, we're going to trade till we hit that red extension. Now, we can measure that out and know if we hit our target very simply. If we hit that extension, we're going to make about 75 pips. So we got a 75 pip target. Okay, so we got a 75 pip target. Now what we're going to do is we're going to set up our stop loss order, because obviously we're traders. We're going to take losses. If not when it's at some point we lose. It's trading. It's what happens. Even the best traders in the world take losses. So we're going to set up a stop loss order. Simple strategy right down here. If I'm a conservative investor, it's about 5 to 10 pips below my A. If I am a aggressive investor, it's about 5 to 10 pips below my B. So for example, right now, because the main thing I want to show you is the automated features in a second here, is we'd have about 25 pips risk. So we just set up a 3-to-1 risk ratio. Everybody understands that. We're willing to risk 25 pips to make 75 pips. All right. So now what we do is we enter our trade. Okay, and we see if it follows along and either goes up or goes down. Well, in this example, boom, you can see it hits our extension. What you never want to do is keep trading and following this up, because you want to follow the system, trust the process. So if I bought in right there, it's in my trade for about 7 hours. Okay, so 7 hours into that trade, and we made about, obviously we're going to pay commission on our trade, $750 profit. So the beautiful thing about Fibonacci's is they love to move in these patterns, and many times they'll move Fibonacci waves 6, 7 times, 8 times in a row. Well, the next thing we're going to do is look for our next trade, because it's in a pattern. The overall market trend is up right now. So let's look for our next opportunity. We're done with this trade. We don't need this Fibonacci anymore. Our old C is our brand new A right over here. Okay. Our B is our brand new high right over here. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my tool. Okay, we're going to grab our tool. And again, the next step will be to automate it. We'll go from A to B right here. Boom. Now what we're looking for is an entry point. We got a clear downward turn in the market. Got a clear downward turn in the market right here, moving down, okay? Now we're looking for an opportunity again to this market, okay? We're looking for a breakout. Boom. Now here's our breakout. Now this is what's interesting for a lot of people that you gotta understand. We got our breakout. Now here's the thing. What color zone are we in? We have a couple opportunities for buys. What color are we in right there? Type it in the chat box. Right, we're back in the red zone, right? So if we buy right here, then what we're going to do is trade till we hit this extension. But what if our reversal took place down here in the blue zone? What would we be doing? We would be trading all the way up until we hit the blue extension. And we would trade if it went in the green up to the green extension. But in this example, again, it's red to red. And I'm going to show you in a second how you automate, because this is where sophisticated traders get frustrated, because in one ABCD movement, there can be multiple entry points. You can have multiple entry points at all of these extensions. I'm going to show you in a moment how through 2 clicks of the mouse, not only does it identify entries, exits, it puts proper limits in, and it puts your stop in trading to the exact extension or retracement. All 100% automated. Well, right here, we're trading to the red again. Boom, right here, trading to the red. We put our stop loss order in. We're always going to put our stop loss order in. And does it hit our Fibonacci? And for people that don't trade fibs, when they see how well Fibonacci's work, I mean, it's math, gang. It's not a mystery. It's not science, or excuse me, it's not just a guessing game. That's 137 pips in 18 hours, okay? So again, on a standard lot, that's an opportunity for a little over $1,300, less some commissions, profit, okay? So, you do this 2, 3, 4, 5 times a month. This is just one currency pair. But let me show you how you really kick this up, okay? So what we do now is we come over here, and I'm gonna grab a tool. I'm gonna come right over here to a new currency pair. Can everybody see we're on the Euro US dollar now? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to hover on this button up top where it says Smart Tool. I'm going to hover right here, and I'm going to click Smart Tool. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to click right here on Smart Fibonacci. I come right down here, and in the count of 3, 1, 2, 3, click. It automates all of my Fibonacci's for me, 100% accurate. And as you can see, we're in a brand new AB movement going on right now, a trade that I'm sitting on. Well, my first opportunity in this one push was right down here. There was my A. In my first entry exit point, I had an opportunity for 244 pips. 244 pips, again, on a standard lot, less some commission. That was in about 20 days. Looking off the daily chart now. My next A, right over here, movement. If I followed right along with what I was showing, I had an opportunity right here. 206 pips in about 18 days. So in this opportunity, $260, okay, in about 22 days. And I've been showing this trade for the last several days. Here was my A, my B. You can see I've got my trend line right here where this kind of broke out right here. Had multiple entry points. I'm in right about here. So far in this, I'm up right up. Oops, sorry about that. I didn't mean to pull that on you. Right about, as of now, 91 pips. Now I've got my trailing stop going with me. If it continues up and it hits my target, I've still got another close to 200 pips of opportunity right there. Worst case scenario, I'm going to drop out with about 70 pips profit. And it does this over and over and over again. But again, here's the thing. In this one AB movement right here, there was an opportunity for an entry point in the green, in the blue, and multiple entry points in the red. What I'm going to show you now is how you can automate all of this to catch in one AB movement multiple trades, okay? Now, if you look at this chart right here, you can see on this particular chart that the ABCD pattern has repeated itself 7 times in a row, okay? 7 times in a row. And when you look at profits through all of these, by the time you got to the third, the fourth, the fifth, there's some big moves. 400 pips, 344 pips. I mean, 400 pips, that's $4,000 on a standard lot. You do that a couple times a month, that's an extra $100,000 a year. If you caught all 7 of these moves, may or may not, that's $16,000. What you're looking to do, though, is identify those C entry points that I'm talking about. Find the A-B pattern, okay? You wait for that C entry point. You protect yourself, always protect yourself with your stop loss, and you trade to the Fibonacci, you trade to the trick color, okay? And you replicate this over and over again. And then when the market overall direction changes direction, you start trending and trading these positions on a downward using smaller time frames. The beautiful thing, what I'm going to show you now though, is how we've even made it simpler through more automation and the accuracy better, because you're not hand drawing all of these types of indicators. What I'm going to do is introduce you to our Power Fibonacci tool. Okay, this is what is called the Power Fibonacci tool. Now, what this is, very simply, let me show you how this works. Take a look at this chart. You can see we got a breakout right here, this candle busting out. If everybody sees that, type in a yes or a Y in the chat box for me right there. But you can see we kind of got a push breakout on the upside right here. So all I'm going to do, when you have this software, when you have the Ultimate Charting software, our Smart Trader platform on your desk, this is proprietary tool, patent pending technology. I come right over here, I grab my Smart Fibonacci. I click on that. It automatically draws my AB boundary. Now, most traders at this point, when they've got overall market direction, they're looking for entry points. They have no idea if the reversal is going to take place here, 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 multiple, or all of them, because you could have multiple opportunities on one ABC push, right, up to the D extension. So instead of guessing, instead of sitting there wondering, instead of sitting there staring at your screen all day, you bring in the automation. This is called the Power Fibonacci tool. I click on my gear right here. It opens up this tool. I click on where it says select all lines, and what it does is it selects every one of those retracements for me, okay? So now what I do, now my particular style, and you'll learn to use it uniquely for your own, I trade the middle 4 in a lot of my movements. So then I just hit okay, all right? Now you can see where I've highlighted this circle. Can everybody see the dotted lines that appeared? If you see those, type in yes or the letter Y in the chat box for me. Yes or the letter Y in the chat box for me. Okay, good. Everybody's telling me. They see yes. So what does that mean? That means with 2 clicks of the mouse, I've identified my trade, and all of my orders and everything are set up 100% automated. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done for the day. I'm done for the evening, whatever my time periods are. Now look at this. I can click on the order ticket and see it. You can see you've got exactly everything you need. Number 1, you've got the currencies you're going to trade. Got the amounts. In this example, these are mini lots. So if any one of those go, I'm executing a $200 trade, okay? My buy prices are here at each of the correct Fibonacci levels. And the best part is my stops are put in to protect the downside. And my limits are put in to trade to the exact Fibonacci level based on color to color, okay? Because I want to know if I buy in the red zone, then I'm going to trade, and it automates it. If I buy in the red zone, it's going to trade up to the red extension all the way up. If it goes to the blue, it's going to trade to the blue. One of my trades executed in front of my group, and I grabbed it real quickly. It traded to the green. Very quickly, in about 20 minutes, I made about 100 pips on this. Another one of my trades executed following this, all automated, about 658 pips. So let me show you again exactly how this works, okay? What you're doing is using the automation of these tools. Now I come right over here and bring up this pair, clear this out, come right over here, oops, reset my tool, okay? I'm gonna come right down here, and I'm gonna grab my Fibonacci. Oops, I didn't want that one right there. Hold on 1 second for me. Grab my Fibonacci for me right here. And I'm gonna come over here and get this lined up for you. There we go. And on the count of 3, 1, 2, 3, boom. It's automated my fibs for me. And in this example alone, now I hit my gear, oops, pull this over here. I hit my gear, and it's going to open up my tool, and it's going to bring it right up and for me. Let me reset this for you. And boom. Okay, so now click, bring this up, and it's going to set up all of these opportunities for me in real time. Every one of these. In this example right over here, exact same thing. In this particular, in the trade right here that I just showed you. Bring this right up right here. I come over, I hit my gear, open it up, select all lines, power Fibonacci settings, everything's ready to go, all 100% automated when it hits these. All of these entry points. Right here was an entry point, boom. Tip, and this one right here is up right now about 45 pips. The results that we get on this that our students have been amazing. I will normally have more time to go through everything. What I want to quickly do though is talk a little bit about how you can use this risk-free for the next 60 days. You know, look at Hayward. I mean, you want to talk about why we grow, why we've done this for 23 years, why we've trained 40,000 people, closed out the week with 4,800 pips. Dan, I'm averaging 5,500 pips a week for 7 weeks. These are straight from our Facebook page. Trish, right here, banked 1,208 pips. Look, Elizabeth, first 2 months of 2017, 4,200 pips. That's $42,000 in a standard lot. In fact, our students in real money trading accounts last year, real money trading accounts, January 1st to December 31st, generated over 3.3 million pips last year. All right, we're retracking it all again this year. That's over $33 million trading one standard lot. Now, our program is what's called the Ultimate Traders Package on Demand. Let me quickly go through all the benefits of all of our education, our software, our mentorship, our training. It's really broke out into 5 phases. The first is the on-site and the online trading. Our back office, our analysts on demand, our online trading, our trading platform, the Smart Trader, the mentorship, the coaching aspect of it, and then our analysts on demand. Now, the first phase is a 2-day class that we do. Now, if you want to fly to Orlando, Florida, we got a beautiful training facility here. You can do that in the future. In the meantime, we do these live every couple weeks over the internet through a web broadcast where we spend 2 solid days teaching our techniques, our coaches, our mentors teaching, trading these. You have unlimited access to our back office education portal as well. We've professionally videoed. We got our own studios here in our office, all of our tools, indicators, everything, and how our information works, okay? Then beyond that, we give you the Smart Trader platform. All of this is cloud-based, so it can go on any of the tablets information you have. You're all going to get access to work with Jared Martinez. Jared Martinez, for 3 straight years, has averaged third-party verified MyFX book 2,000 pips a week. So I don't care how experienced you are, you can learn from Jared Martinez, okay? And then you get our daily live webinars where our coaches and mentors every single day, just like Josh tonight at 7 o'clock, will be live doing his prediction, the declaration. We go live every single day with our students, teaching different techniques, teaching different strategies, and that is all beyond our regular 24-hour-a-day trading room. Okay, you have access to that 24 hours a day. In fact, on top of it all, you know, the offer that I'm going to give you today, you don't have to take my word for it. You can take the next 60 days and evaluate us as a company. Come to our trading rooms, trade with Josh, trade with Jared and Tyson and Steve and Gary and Tad, our experts. Use our tools, use our indicators, and after 60 days, if this isn't going to produce a return on investment you're looking for, we'll give you all your money back. Every cent. Okay, so you got no risk in doing this. Now, the value of this, we got over 200 employees, our staff, our software, all of our software is built internally with our programmers, our technology, well over $10,000. Now, you can come online anytime that you want this year, 2018, as a one-time investment and swipe a card and get all of our tools, our indicators, our experts, and a 60-day guarantee for $7,995. In this presentation right now, because it's an investor inspiration, I was given, because of the relationship we have, an opportunity to give you a great discount today. You can come on board today risk-free for the next 60 days for a one-time investment of $4,995. I'm going to save you $3,000 right off your investment. I do have some payment plans. Josh, I'll talk about that in a second. It's real easy to get started. All I need you to do is just simply put your telephone number in the chat box, and I'm going to have an education specialist reach out to you, answer all your questions, show you more of the indicators, the tools, how everything works. But here's the thing. I've only got 20 spots. I've got your number, Jack. Trevor, Ryan, I've got your number. I got 20 for tonight. So you're going to want to do it this afternoon pretty quickly. If you want to be in this session tonight, we're going to be lining up our trades. Again, we're looking at about 9,000 pips of opportunity moving forward. And if you look at our results since 2014, that's over 20,000 pips of opportunity. We got a big, massive move on our hands right now. Okay, I've got your number, Wendy. Josh says he's got questions. Awesome, Josh. Put them in. Yes, I'll cover the payment plans in a second. In fact, if you come on board today, I'm going to give you a bunch of extra bonuses, extra software, a couple extra systems that we've created, a lot of really, about $16,000 worth of value. Now, there's two ways. I'm trying to go quickly here to wrap it all up. You can invest. You can do what's option A or option B. Option A, just you like to save money. You want a discount. Option A, you just pay for it all at once. Take the next 60 days. Use all of our tools, indicators. Come to as many of our classes, education. Ours are all live, 100%. Be through our prediction, and after 60 days, evaluate us. And if you're not happy, we give you your money back. If you're interested in learning about a payment plan, we can customize a payment plan to fit your budget. Very simply, just put your telephone number in. Just type a B next to your number. I mean, we start people out little as $500 down. We can break up payments. Both option A and option B get a 100% in writing money back guarantee with both of those. Absolutely, Juan, we can do that. Trevor's an A, Michael's a B, Isaac's an A, Wendy's a B, Lauren's a B. Excellent, gang. We'll be following up with you. All we ask is if you have results, you have a good experience, get them out there. Get your results out there, and we'll be happy to work with you. And then I'll tell you this. How about this bonus? We actually have a program, Jared Martinez, called the Trade Copier, where you can do nothing else but fund an account. And you can link your account up to Jared Martinez's trading platform. Now, we don't handle your money. You pick any broker you want. But how would you like to have the ability that every time Jared Martinez executes a trade, it can automatically execute the exact same trade in your account? He's been averaging, as I said, over 2,000 pips a week for 3 years. It's called the Trade Copier. I'm going to give you 2 months free of that service when you come on board today as just a bonus of mine. If you want the Trade Copier, just type in TC or bonus with your telephone number, and we're going to honor that for you as well. 2 months of that. Incredible way to have an income stream set up with this. All right, gang? That's all third-party verified information, okay? I challenge you to go to any other educational firm that shows you third-party results. All right, so for those of you that are getting started taking option A's, one-time investment, option B is a payment plan. If you want to sign up with an option A, I've been given one last bonus that I can do. If you want to call in right now, I'll save you another $500. As an option A, go ahead and call in right now, and all the services and benefits, everything I discussed, and the 60-day money-back guarantee, I'll save you an extra $500 for $44.95. If you're an option A, just type in calling in. Call into that 407-585 number, 2417. We'll get you taken care of. Again, just quickly to review everything that you get within the offer today, all of that is outlined on this page. Your education specialist will walk through it page by page with you. Very specific, everything you get. You're going to get an account, an actual coach to work with you assigned to you. A lot of value, a ton of information, but most of all, 23 years worth of results we have. So I went as quickly as I could. I'm at exactly my time. Congratulations to those of you coming on board. Greatly appreciated. If you're interested in finding out how you may qualify to get a program for free too, we do have a program that you have to do work. There is things you got to qualify for. We don't just hand it to you. But if you're interested in potentially looking into one of our programs for free, just type in free. With that, I'm going to sign off. Thank you, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your presentation.